They stopped responding. They walk past you like you're invisible. They laugh with everyone else but go silent when you approach. You're being ignored, and it's eating you alive. Every unreturned text, every avoided glance, every conversation you're excluded from, it's confirming what you feared. You don't matter. Epictetus was born a slave, literally owned, ignored by society, dismissed as property. James Baldwin grew up black in America when being ignored was mercy, when acknowledgement often meant violence. Both faced systematic rejection. Both discovered something that changes everything. The person ignoring you has zero power over your worth. There's a specific way to respond when you're being ignored. Not to win them back. Not to prove your value. To reclaim the power you're giving away every time you check if they responded. This is gray harmony. Let's begin. You're asking the wrong question. Why are they ignoring me? What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? Those questions give them power. Epictetus taught we suffer not from events, but from our judgment of events. Every time you ask why they're ignoring you, you judge it as evidence of your unworthiness. That judgment is the knife, not their silence. James Baldwin wrote that nothing can be changed until it is faced. Face this. Their ignoring you reveals them, not you. People ignore for 3 reasons: fear, cowardice, or self-protection. None of those are about your value. Someone fears your presence because you represent what they're running from. Someone lacks courage to communicate directly. Someone is protecting themselves from pain they're not ready to feel. In every case, their silence is their limitation, not your lack. But you've made it about you. You've taken their inability to engage and turned it into evidence you're not enough. Stop. Their silence is data about them. Nothing more. First, stop checking. Non-negotiable. Every time you check if they responded, you train your brain that your peace depends on their action. You're rewiring your nervous system to need their validation. Epictetus said, happiness begins with understanding one principle. Some things are within your control, and some are not. You cannot control if they respond. You can control how many times you hand your peace to someone who isn't holding it. Stop checking. Delete the conversation. Not because you're dramatic, because you're strategic. You're protecting your attention from a trap you keep walking into. Second, redirect that energy. Every minute you spend wondering why they're ignoring you is a minute stolen from building what actually matters. James Baldwin understood this. He wrote about the hours Black Americans spent trying to prove their humanity to people who refused to see it. The exhaustion of performance. The trap of seeking recognition from those determined to withhold it. He chose differently. He stopped performing for people who refused to see him and started creating for people who did. Take the energy you're spending on someone who isn't responding and invest it in someone who is. In work that lights you up. In the friend who actually answers. When you redirect that energy, 2 things happen. You start building a life that doesn't need their validation, and you become interesting to people who actually appreciate you. If this is hitting you, subscribe, because the third part is the most important. Third, establish a boundary they'll never see. When someone ignores you, they're communicating clearly. They're saying, I don't want to engage right now. Whether their reason is fair doesn't matter. What matters is your response. Epictetus taught that freedom is learning to be undisturbed by what we cannot control. Your boundary is this. I will not spend energy on people who have communicated they don't want it. This isn't anger. This isn't revenge. This is clarity. You stop reaching out, not to punish them, to honor yourself. You stop creating opportunities for rejection, not because you're giving up, because you're redirecting. James Baldwin spoke about the necessity of loving yourself when the world refuses to. That love looks like refusing to beg for crumbs from people offering none. Here's what happens. One of 3 things. They notice your absence and reach out. They continue ignoring you. Or they never notice you stop trying. And here's the freedom. All 3 outcomes are fine. If they reach out, you decide if reconnection serves you. If they continue ignoring, you're already building without them. If they never notice, you just learned they were never paying attention. You win every time. Epictetus was ignored by Roman society as property. He became one of the most influential philosophers in history. James Baldwin was ignored by an America that tried to erase him. He became an undeniable voice that changed the world. Both stopped performing for people who refused to see them. Both redirected their energy to what mattered. You're not less valuable because someone ignores you. You're just spending attention in the wrong place. Stop asking why they're ignoring you. Start asking why you're still giving them space they haven't earned. The answer to being ignored isn't winning them back. It's remembering you were never theirs to lose. You were always yours. Act like it. This is Gray Harmony, where wisdom has no borders. Subscribe. Which part hit hardest? Walk through the door.